Hello, my name is Charles McHenry and I am a student at Full Sail University. My degree will be in music production. Today I'm going to go over how computer hardware and software affects and changes the music industry. So one of the first pieces of computer hardware that was used to enhance music was the synthesizer. Now this one almost slipped my mind because when you think of computer hardware you immediately jump to something that's either in or attached to your PC. But the synthesizer has definitely affected and changed the music industry. The first synthesizer was invented in 1876 by Elisha Gray. The synthesizer is an electronic musical instrument that uses one or more sound generators to create waveforms, which are then processed and combined in order to generate musical sounds. They use a bunch of different technologies or programmed algorithms to create different sounds. A few of the most popular techniques are subtractive synthesis, additive synthesis, and wavetable synthesis. And there are plenty more. These abilities are also in most recording software and are known as plugins, but we'll discuss that later. Now the synthesizer's keyboard looks like a piano, and it would eventually be called a keyboard. Later a violin and guitar synthesizer would come out. Now how has this revolutionized music? Well, for starters, if you can play synthesizer, you can basically play any instrument you can imagine. And since the early 1970s, I don't think there is a pop record out there that hasn't used one, not to mention hip-hop too. The synthesizer gave musicians the ability to create new sounds for their music, thus creating whole new genres. Moving on to today, we have tons of hardware that is available to us for creating music, but with this hardware has also come software to use it, right? Before you can use the hardware, you gotta have software. Music recording software is better known as DAWs or digital audio workstations. The first DAW originated in the early 80s, and they were referred to as tapeless computer-based systems then. DAWs gave the ability to play back sampled and/or synthesized sound, but also to record, edit, and play back digital audio tracks. I think one of the first major players in digital recording was Pro Tools. That's what everyone used years ago and still now. But Pro Tools was just the beginning. Since then there have been numerous emergers in music production software. There's Acid, Logic, Adobe Audition, Cubase, Reason, Ableton Live, Cakewalk, and many more. But there is one more I want to talk about, and that's FL Studio. And I want to talk about this because it's a little different than the others. FL Studio is a powerful program. In fact, it has become really powerful over the last few upgrades. It is a music production program just like the rest except one thing. You can build a song with its step sequencer. You don't have to have a MIDI keyboard or really any talent playing an instrument. And you could still build a song. It is very easy to use. There are a ton of plugins for it, and it also accepts VST plugins. Because of the step sequencer, many beginners, musicians in the hip-hop or techno field start out using it. Well, in closing, I think the advances in hardware and software has pushed the music industry in a way unlike any other genre. Most musicians now have their own home studio and can create their own demos for far less than in the past, and they can keep creating new ones at no extra cost, except for CDs. Plus, they have the ability to edit their creation in any way imaginable. It's something that some other countries are still dreaming of. Thanks.
When the boys light up, light up. When the boys light up, light up. When the boys light up, light up. Back and forth like a daytime drama. Up and down like a yo-yo.